Many people ask me how to find excellent sales professionals. And you know, one of the easiest ways to discover a sales professional is to find them doing their art. In other words, see how they're selling, see how they are planning, see how they will work and coordinate with others. And unfortunately, a lot of time it's a bit late when you get someone employ someone, get them on your visa and invest time, effort and energy with them, only to find out later on that there is no perfect fit between what you're expecting them to do and what is it that they're doing. So how can you simply, I would say, extract and find out what somebody is doing or whether somebody has the talent to be a good sales professional or not? Well, first of all, you need to have a proper sales model in your mind. In other words, a lot of time, sales professionals are interviewed by non-sales professionals. And when you're not a sales professional, you don't really have a proper model, and anyone can say anything to you, and you might buy it. Again, there's a saying out there that good salespeople are good talkers. Well, yeah, they are. But a good sales professional will actually identify and can conduct deeper analysis in what we call behavioral events. So they can actually ask specific detail about certain activities that would make out the person, that would actually uncover whether or not the person actually has what it takes. One of my favorite exercises in interviewing sales professionals is actually giving them a live sales call to conduct. And whether you give them a simple product or a service and you give them a scenario and you tell them, great, go ahead and sell this to me. And this is where you can really see what I call the basics. You'd see, do they have what it takes? Do they have the proper rapport building skills? Do they have the proper listening and questioning? And I want you to be careful here, because if you find someone conducting a sales visit in a certain way that is completely not as the way you would like to conduct it, well, I have news for you, is there is a very little chance that that person will improve upon that the day they show up to work. So if you identify a certain flaw, make sure that you realize where they're starting so that you can create the proper development plan to take them on the journey that you want to take them on. One thing I like to tell people is I like to give them their score in terms of how they did on their sales role play. And I'll give them the 7 steps of a sale, and I'll tell them how they did compared to what our let's say requirements are. And normally it is they realize, they go something like, oh my God, I don't think I'm going to get this job, right? However, if I have found they have the right attitudes, the right competencies, the right drive, desire, they are able to listen, clarify, understand, they are pleasant, they understand the business, are passionate and curious, and they have all these things, but they mess up the sales call, well, in my book, I got someone that I can mold and shape and I can work with. So when I give them this and I let them know, look, man, you really messed up. And our top sales professionals follow this process. And if you were to see, did you do this? No. Did you do this? No. And you say, well, it's you're really far from where we'd like you to be. And that just basically makes them realize that they've messed up. But then it's totally up to you to rebuild them back up again. Let them know, you know what, that this is one of the areas we look at, and there are other areas we look at. However, we know that if we're going to work together, we'd expect you're going to be going through a program, and those are some areas you're going to be measured upon again to see if you've improved. If you do, great. If not, then sayonara, amigo. And normally, it's not what you say, it's how you say it, of course. But it lets people realize, and you can actually utilize that as an excuse. Well, that would require more training, and that could be a reason why you might offer them something a bit more reasonable on what they're expecting, because they're expecting a whole bunch, to let them know that effort, that remuneration will come when they really excel at not just what to do, but how they're going about and getting the results. So that's just been a simple, quick tip in terms of helping you to identify, recruit, and even possibly give you some negotiation tips in terms of getting the right people on board. Until next time, sell more, sell faster, and profitably. If you have tried these ideas and they're working for you, or if you would like to maybe share other practices that you do, go ahead and comment below so that the whole community can benefit from. Until next time.